Right now, somewhere in the world, 4.5 billion passengers a year walk through airports, and every single one of them believes they are going to their gate, but they are not. They are walking a road designed by behavior psychologists, retail strategists, honestly, people who study lab rats for a living. Here what most people don't realize. Airlines barely make money on your ticket. Some roads actually lose money. The real business, the thing that keeps airports alive, is this building, the architecture around you. Industry data shows the average passenger spends somewhere between $67 and $145 per visit on unplanned purchases. Not because they're impulsive, because the building was designed to make them. Over the next 15 minutes, I am going to walk you through 5 hidden tricks buried in every major airport's floor plan. 5 things you have never noticed, but that have been taking money from you every time you fly. The last one is so simple, so invisible, that once I show it to you, you will see it everywhere. Not just airports, supermarkets, shopping malls, hospitals, everywhere. But we will get to that. Let's start with something you have probably never thought about. When was the last time you saw a clock on a wall in an airport? Not a departure board, not your phone, an actual clock on a wall, like the ones in schools or train stations. You can't remember, and you are not alone. Most major airports have very few, if any, visible wall clocks. Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam actually announced it's removing the majority of its 87 clocks permanently. The official reason? Maintenance costs. But the effect is the same trick casinos use. When you can passively feel time passing, you lose your sense of urgency. You drift, you browse, you stop at store just to look, and that costs you money. The only time reference they leave are the flight information screens, and those are placed strategically inside shopping zones. So you feel safe enough to keep shopping, but anxious enough not to leave the terminal. Think about the last time you went through security. You took off your belt, your shoes, someone patted you down, a stranger went through your bag, maybe the beeper went off and everyone stared at you. It's stressful. It's designed to be efficient, not comfortable, and your brain registers it as a mild threat. Now, what's the first thing you see after security? Chocolate, perfume, whiskey, sunglasses. All the luxury stuff. That's not random. Psychologists call this a recomposure zone. Your brain just went through stress and now it's craving a reward. Dopamine, comfort, something nice. Airport designers know this. They call it mood repair theory. You literally want to buy yourself a present to feel better, and they put the most expensive products right there. At the exact moment your willpower is at the lowest. Here's one that blew my mind when I first found it. Stand up for a second, or just imagine this. You're walking through an airport, you're pulling your suitcase. Which hand are you using? If you're like 90% of people, it's your right hand. When you pull a heavy suitcase with your right hand, your body naturally rotates. Your left shoulder goes forward, your right shoulder opens back, and your eyes, they follow your body. You end up looking to the right. Airport architects know this. That's why the walking paths in most international terminals curve to the left. Not dramatically, you barely noticed it, but the gentle curve rotates your gaze directly into the shop windows on the right side. The expensive ones. But it gets worse. The path doesn't just curve, it snakes. Airport retail consultants call it a serpentine layout. Instead of one straight corridor from security to your gate, the path weaves through the shopping zone. Left, right, left. This isn't new. Zoos and theme parks have used this for decades. The data shows that serpentine layouts increase product exposure time by 40% compared to a straight line. 40%! You are not walking to your gate, you are walking through their store. Listen to that. That's the sound of a suitcase wheels on tile. It's loud, it echoes, and it does something to you you even don't realize. And that is carpet. Same suitcase, same speed, completely different feeling. AirPods don't pick up flooring randomly. Hard tile, polished concrete goes in the zones where they want you to move fast. Check-in, security, corridors between terminals. The noise of your own luggage makes you feel rushed. Your walking speed actually increases on hard floors. You want to get out of there. But the moment you enter a shopping area, a lounge, on the gate zone, the floor changed. Soft carpet, thick, quiet. And here's the thing, your brain doesn't process this consciously. You just slow down. Your steps get shorter, your shoulders drop, you feel calmer. And a calm person spends more money. Industry studies, including data cited by airport design consultings, found that passengers in carpeted retail zones spend up to 7% more on general retail and 10% more on duty-free. They are programming your behaviors through your feet, through the sound of your own suitcase. Think about it. When was the last time you noticed the floor changing in the airport? Let me know in the comments. Ever notice how airport restaurants always have the best views? Giant glass walls overlooking the runway. That's not generosity. Natural light raises serotonin level. It makes you feel safe, warm, comfortable. And comfortable people sit longer, order more, and spend more. Airports figure this out. So the prime window real estate, the spots with the best views, always go to highest margin business. Restaurants, bars, premium brand stores. And here's a small one that really got me. Charging stations. Where are the power outlets in an airport? Think about it. They're almost never at your gate. They're near the shops, near the cafes. You need to charge your phone, so you sit down next to a Gucci display for 30 minutes. You didn't plan to look at it, but you are stuck there, cable in hand, staring a handbag for half an hour, and some people crack. That's not an accident. The placement of every single power outlet is a revenue decision. Remember, at the beginning I said there's one thing, one invisible mechanism that ties all of this together. The clocks, the curves, the carpet, the charging stations. Here it is. Airport consultants call it the golden hour. It's the window of time between when you clear security and when you board your plane. And here's the number that changes everything. A passenger spends only 4% at their total airport time on actual processes. Check-in, security, boarding, 4%. The other 96%, that's free time, discretionary time. On average, that's about 146 minutes, 2.5 hours you just being there. And every single design trick I just showed you, the missing clocks, the curved paths, the carpet under your feet, the chargers by the shops, they all serve one purpose, to make you spend more of that time near products. Research shows that every additional minute of devil time in a retail zone increases passenger spending by 3 to 5% every minute. So when the carpet slows you down by 30 seconds and the missing clocks make you lose track of 5 minutes and the curved path adds 2 extra minutes to your walk, it all adds up. That's where those extra dollars come from, not from one big purchase, from architecture quietly stealing your minutes. Next time you're at an airport, do me a favor, look down. If you're standing on carpet, they want your money. If you're on tile, they want you to move. And if this kind of thing interests you, if you want to know how buildings are quietly designed to control your behavior, you should know that airports are just the warm-up. There's a place you go to every single week that uses even more aggressive designs and tricks than any airport. And it all starts with one question. Why is milk always at the very back of the store?